Hi everyone. For those that don't know me, my name's Caroline and I'm a hypnotherapist, EFT practitioner and awakening coach, and I'm coming live from my garden today. So I wanted to share a little bit today about things that I'm becoming aware of and things that are happening for me so that it might be able to help you. There's many people at the moment awakening to different energy, shift in energy, things within themselves. Obviously we're all in the circumstances of the COVID-19 lockdown. Wherever you are in the world, you're being affected one way or another. Most of us are in some form of restricted circumstances, and the energies on the planet are reflecting this. It's a time of us coming back into balance. It's a time of reflection. It's a time of us our awareness is changing, and a time where most people are sort of being forced to be reflective, think and feel what is important for them. Perhaps they might be in a job that they don't really like and enjoying being at home. Perhaps some people feel really restricted and feelings of being trapped and restricted, not being able to go out and do those things if you're a social person. There's a whole mixture of things going on, but and it's creating different sorts of feelings. Some people are very anxious and stressed. Some people are enjoying the circumstances and really taking the bull by the horns and doing all sorts of fun things with the people that they're locked down with. Some people are on their own but finding new ways to reconnect. For the most part, everything has just slowed down, and it's a time of great healing. It's a time of shifts in awareness. It's a time that it's also a purge on mass proportions, a purge of all of those heavy, dense energies that when we're go all the time, we don't tend to process. We just it comes on us and in layers, and the more we take on, the more busy we are, the more we're not paying attention. It disconnects us from ourselves, and we end up feeling heavier and heavier. And quite often, I did a video a few weeks ago about with the analogy of a backpack and your thoughts being stones, and the more that we're not paying attention to ourselves, our own needs, what we feel and need to express, and we're just busy, the more we ignore that, the more we tend to suffer. So yes, of course, there's emotions and feelings and experiences that people are having as a result of this virus and uncertainty. But there's also a time of deep reflection, and that can come about in all sorts of forms. So So as an awakening coach, I help people navigate through those the things that, and it's very individual, the awakening journey, the hero's journey, the ascension, whatever it is that whatever terminology you like to use. It's very personal for everybody. However, there are real similarities with things that are happening, and sometimes we are drawn to people who are experiencing similar things at the same time. and it may be playing out in their life in a different way, but they are experiencing very similar things. And because of the nature of what's happening in the world right now, that's happening on a more collective experience or consciousness, whatever it feels for you. So we're all experiencing those, the uncertain feelings, like I said earlier, the anxiety, the having to almost look inside and reconnect with our inner selves, higher self, intuition, God, whatever that higher power, those energies, whatever that is for you, we are being, we're in a place where we can reconnect with that and learn a little bit more about ourselves and who we are. And that can only be good because we've been so busy for so long and all up in our head. The beautiful and wonderful things that we can reconnect within ourselves are getting lost. And just to reassure you really that whatever it is that you are experiencing or going through is normal. And what we tend to do is beat ourselves up and put pressure on ourselves that we should be doing this, we should be doing that. There is no pressure, and especially now, yes, perhaps people are under pressure in whatever work that they're still continuing to do. But we tend to put the most pressure on ourselves, and there is no pressure to do or be or experience anything in a specific way. Whatever is happening for you is perfect for you and is allowing you to be able to rediscover parts of yourself that you didn't know were there, and awareness in the world of things that are going on that you may not have been aware of before. And the thing that people are calling the Great Awakening is this shift in consciousness that is happening on the planet because we have been being used to the doing things in a certain way, the world being run in a certain way. There's lots of things going on, truths and all sorts of things coming into certainly into my awareness, and I know that there's many other people who are starting to experience this now as well, which is part of this awakening journey, is becoming more aware of things that may not quite add up, or things that you think, well, is that real? Is that true? And may bring up different emotions and experiences and feelings for you, and whatever that is, that's absolutely fine, because it's individual, it's personal. And just know that if perhaps it might be uncomfortable, perhaps it might feel challenging right now, but it's to help you pay attention, and it's to help you grow and evolve and to go to a next level of self-discovery and empowerment, enlightenment, whatever it is. It's happening for everybody, but we've all got our own personal journey, and whatever you're experiencing is absolutely fine. Obviously there's tools and things that you can do to help, but to be honest with you, the best thing that you can possibly do is just keep paying attention to what you need. The best thing that you can possibly do for yourself is do what feels good. Do what feels good for you, no matter what that is. And don't beat yourself up about whatever it is that's coming up for you in your experience. It's to show you, it's to move you forward and take you into your next phase, your next stage of life. And that's absolutely fine. That's how we evolve. And there's great changes and great awakenings happening right now, shifts on the planet. The planet is going through a healing process, as well as we are. Things coming to light and to help us heal and find a new way of doing things and of living that has been sort of buried and ignored for quite a long time, because we've all become so disconnected with each other and ourselves. And how wonderful has it been with, yes, there's been sadness, anxiety, depression, obviously people who experiencing the virus and all of that, but how wonderful has it been the support of the NHS, who are really doing what they've always done, and just not been supported in this way. And all of those people that are still working and are providing services for us, that it's just been amazing. The support of each other. We're finding new neighbours that we've met. We're finding that we hadn't met. People that we're using the technology of the internet to become connected there. And I've certainly met new people and made new connections over the past few weeks that I may not have made had this not happened. So those are the things that I sort of hold on to and that inner knowing, and that we all, when you tune into that inner knowing, your own intuition, your own guidance, whatever it is for you, have that quiet time, that peace, that just being aware of what you're feeling. We all know, we all feel that that things are going to happen. We've all got that power within us to be able to feel our way rather than think our way. We have got the ability to feel our way, and I feel really excited about the fact that more people are going to be coming back to their heart, coming back to what they know is true for them, their truth, their reality, and just creating a better life and a better world. So that's that little bit for a minute. And what I thought I'd share next is with the awakening the people that I'm helping at the moment, if I can get my words out. I'm certainly paying more attention to my own intuition and my that people call it gifts, I think, but we've all got them. We've all got the ability to tune into our inner self, higher self, intuitive guidance, the force, whatever it is that is bigger than us. We've all got it. But I'm definitely becoming more aware and actually stepping into those gifts, or stepping into that intuition and being guided by that more and more all of the time. And that's what I help people do with the coaching that I do. It's important that we release anything negative, or you would call it negative, but quite often when we've been through adversity or difficulty, challenges in our life, that's usually where the growing happens. So I've been paying more attention to my own intuition and guided, but I'm very intuitive anyway, but because of, I suppose, the spiritual taboo, have been not as adept at speaking my own truth and sharing the things that I actually do. So doing more of that, because I'm becoming more and more aware that it's really important, because other people need help with this too, and where I've got knowledge and experience, then I can share, and I'm feeling guided more and more to do that and speak my truth. And in me doing that, hopefully you, if you're watching this, will feel like you can then do the same. So the thing that I wanted to share more of today was that I was awoke in the night, and I've posted a video this morning. It's a video. It's a meditation or prayer, because of the awareness of. So I was woken at 4 in the morning, and with this stuff going through my head of awareness that I'm having of things coming to light, of how we are being controlled, and even in many different ways, but perhaps sometimes with media, things filtered through movies, and my awareness of that sort of the darker things are starting to come into my awareness. I'm having more awareness of things not quite adding up and feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and why, and doing a bit of investigating and watch things and learn all of the time, because I'm a bit of a truth seeker like that. So anyway, was woken at 4 in the morning, and with this meditation going through my thoughts, and I was guided to, even though I was really sleepy, to put it in a voice memo, which is what I did. So it's very soft, and it's very it's a bit repetitive, but it's basically about sovereignty and a prayer meditation to put out. And I knew that it needed to be shared with other people, because there's other people going through these sort of things too at the moment, and will be in the future. So it's going to be of help once it's online. It's there unless it gets taken down. It's there for people to use then whenever they want. And I'm sort of, like I say, paying attention to this, because people need help and support right now with this stuff, and it can, when you start to find out some of these darker things that are going on in the world, it can be very triggering, it can be upsetting, it can feel uncomfortable, it can feel traumatizing. It can bring up all sorts of things, worry, fear, and that's all really, really natural. But what we need to do is step into our power with it, and know that if we buy into that fear, if we start thinking of focusing or putting our attention and our energy on the fear, the anxiety, the worry, oh my gosh, how is this possible? You get a bit mind blown sometimes with these things when you start to awaken to them, when you start to become aware of them. It can be really mind blowing, and it can bring up all sorts of emotions for you. But what's really important right now, as this sort of accelerates, and more information is coming to the fore because we've slowed down, is to step into our power and our own intuitive guidance and inner knowing and our sovereignty, and to state or to say or to repeat that we affirm. That's the word I was trying to think of. Affirmations, to say that we are not going to buy into these dark energies or the darker way of things have been done anymore. But what is really important is that we treat this with forgiveness and light and love, because that is what transforms darkness. So there's always an opposite, isn't there? It's just that's what the world is made of. There's always an opposite, and where there is dark, there is light. So in my awareness, and at 4 o'clock this morning, was given the nudge to pay attention to the fact that I needed to stand in my light, in my sovereignty, and to say that I thank you for bringing this to my attention. I see this, but I'm going to transmute this into light and love now, because that is how we heal. That's how we heal things within ourselves, by feeling them and then transmuting it into light and love and coming from a loving, heart-centered perspective. And that is how we help the universe transform darkness, dark behaviors, dark energies into light and love. And this is becoming, it's a mission for me now to support people in doing this, because we can come together. We've seen miracles happen of late. We've seen people coming together as a collective and supporting each other and turning any darkness into positivity, light, love, connectedness, and then we're united, aren't we? We're as one. So that's why I have done that meditation this morning, and I've posted it on my YouTube channel here. And if you feel that it can help you, please do listen to it. I've also written it or typed it out. I typed it out in the morning when I had gone back to sleep for an hour, and typed it out because some people might feel that they want to speak it or say it for themselves. And yeah, so it's there for you should you wish. And please, like and share. Any feedback or comments would be brilliant, because it's just nice to know that when it's confirmation for me, validation for me, that where I'm sharing something, I've been moved to share something, that it's actually doing, it's for the highest good. It's doing good for those that I was hoping that it would be. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about today was that in my little 4 a.m. wakey session, I was also felt guided after I'd spoken and done the thing. I was awake for a little bit then, and felt guided. I've got tarot cards and card decks, different ones, and I don't do readings as such, or haven't done for a really long time. It's one of the things that maybe I will go back into, because they're a really good guide for your intuition and for the energies, and to sort of to help you channel what's happening and give you messages of comfort. So I pulled, had my tin by my bed with a few of my card decks in, and I felt like I needed to pull some cards. It was a little bit of a nudge of, I think of wanting that confirmation that I just sort of done the right thing, I suppose. It's one of the things that I use to guide me while I'm still learning and tuning into my own intuition and guidance as I grow and evolve and shift into these higher vibrational frequencies, which is what we're all doing. So anyway, I pulled some cards, and they were just absolutely perfect for this beautiful deck, which is called Keepers of the Light Oracle Cards by Kyle Gray, with artwork by Lily Moses. So and it's this gorgeous deck, and pulled some cards, and I thought it not only were they perfect for what the messages that I was getting to share and stand in my light and all of that I also thought I needed to share these today, because they might bring some comfort and guidance for you too. So, and whenever you see this is the right time for you to see it. It might not be, but where we are, I think it's the 25th, I think today, of April 2020, and whenever you may see this sometime, another time that's not that date, and things may be very different. But whenever you see this is the right time for you, and that's absolutely fine. So this is why I've got my glasses on, because I need to read from the book for this. That's how I wanted to do it today. Obviously I do get intuitive messages, but that wasn't what this was about. I wanted to share the experience of what I had and what the confirmation that I got, but also share the actual message that's in the book, along with show you the pictures of the cards, so that they might bring some comfort and guidance for you too. So the first one that I got was, I think you say it, the Shekinah, sacred self, and it says, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. And that's the card. Okay, so the book says, the Shekinah is the twin flame of the Holy Spirit. It is the female aspect of the God particle or creation energy. She is more of an essence than a being, but has the ability to show herself in ways that we will understand. She is acknowledged in the sacred teachings of Judaism and also called the Sophia of Christ in the Gnostic Gospels. She is a powerful female voice of spirit who is here to bring about equality and to help the world move on from the male-only image of God. This isn't in the book, but just to say the image of God is, it doesn't matter what your experience or your awareness of God is. It's, higher self, intuition, higher power, God, whatever religion you follow. It's all when in these cards, it's whatever resonates with you. It's not for any, whatever is God for you. She reminds us that God is all loving and all accepting. Whenever she appears in a reading, she points out the change makers, the love creators and gift sharers of the world, who are here to unite all hearts around the world. So I thought that was really lovely, because obviously I just followed my heart and my guidance, and put something on voice memos ready to prepare to share around the world, or whoever needs it. The extended message is, don't feel the need to hold back or dampen your spirit. This is a time to celebrate. There is a feeling of dance and joy around you at this time as you fully recognize your splendor. You are a sacred being who defies gravity every day just by being alive and brings a sense of balance and equality to the world. So how lovely is that? So that was the first one that I pulled. The next one was really interesting, and just I'll hold it up to the camera it's called Faith, Humanity and Benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. And again, how amazing is that, when I was woken up at 4 and had that feeling that I needed to share something. Just trying to find it in the book. There it is. Okay, so Faith is the archangel who is focused on bringing out our benevolence. She is a twin flame of Archangel Michael and is on a divine mission to help us recognize that humans are basically good and aligned with love. Just like her name, she is all about faith and trust. She reminds us that the world has taught us to believe that we are separate from love, and that if we begin to see the good in others, then we will start to cultivate a loving experience of the world around us, which is what I was essentially saying earlier, which again I just love it how it all ends up. You can't make it up really, that these things, the messages, again, it's confirmation that the things that I was feeling, the need to say, the need to share, have been confirmed for me in my cards, and hopefully this is nice for you too. So the extended message, stay calm and breathe. You are a divine being of love who has done so much good in the world. You may be going through personal transformations and feel that you're not getting anywhere, but Archangel Faith is drawing you close to guide you beyond the limitations that your ego or fears have created for you. You may be trying to work out whom to trust. First, trust yourself. When you do this and recognize that you're made of love, you will attract those who reflect that love and can enjoy true friendships and loving relationships. Know that good is here to stay. And again, that confirmed what I was talking about earlier, about that having faith and trust in yourself, and whatever is you're experiencing is your experience, it's your journey, it's whatever is right for you, and whatever place you're at is absolutely fine. So that was that lovely message. And then the bottom of the deck, when I was just moved to look at, which was Green Tara, Supreme Protection. You are protected, cords are being cut, move beyond limitation, and trust. Again, and that's the card, which is, they're just beautiful, aren't they? So pretty. And so there she is. Okay, so legend has it that Avalokitesvara, I think. Let me know. The personification of perfect compassion was looking down on the earth one day and cried tears when he witnessed all the suffering in the world. When the tears hit the earth, a lotus formed from which Tara, the goddess of compassion and light, was born. She has many forms based on different colours, and we have chosen green in this oracle because she brings a light of protection and safety with her. Always compassionate and loving, she helps us to move into a new state of being and doing. And again, in the meditation and prayer that I posted and that I felt guided to share was exactly that. It was about compassion and love. And like I was saying earlier, about transmuting the darkness into light, and the troubles of the world, the darkness of the world, the things that we see that feel uncomfortable and that just don't add up, is what that is shared for. The extended message for that is: you are safe, protection is all around you, the worst is behind you, and you're ready to move beyond the challenges that were set out for you. Cords are being cut between you and your past so that you can feel energetically clear and aware. Don't worry about recalling fearful experiences, they aren't going to be recreated now. Just acknowledge them and leave them behind you so you can step into a space of spiritual and personal freedom. Green Tara has placed a force field of complete love and acceptance around you. She's here to tell you that you no longer need to build up walls around your heart, and that it's safe to trust what you feel and who is in your life today. And again, it all goes back to what I was saying earlier about trust. Whatever's happening for you, even if it feels uncomfortable, it's coming up so that it can be cleared, and so that you can evolve and grow and experience new things, better things. The universe is, or our life, I should say, is happening for us, not to us. And that took a long time for me to get to grips with, I suppose, because for a very long time I was a victim of things that were happening in my life, until it got to a point where it was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, if I were to write my story, it would seem like a soap opera. And you could probably make quite a friend of mine last week said you could probably make a pretty good sitcom out of it, and we could, and I'm sure perhaps you feel like that yourself sometimes, where we feel like, oh, for goodness sake, really, what more do you want to throw at me, come on, it's that thing of shouting up to someone, anyone, whatever it is that you believe, what just give it to me. The thought that's just come to my mind is the movie Forrest Gump, when you've got the Lieutenant Dan on the top of the ship post, and there's a storm, and he's just like, gosh, give it to me, and it can feel like that sometimes. It's just bam and another thing, bam and another thing. But when we get to the point where we feel like, when we start following that intuitive guidance of our own, and we realise that we have got, we're being guided, and we can make choices and decisions for ourselves. We don't have to accept things in the same way, and we open our hearts to experience experience our own guidance, things start to shift and change. So I invite you to start doing that. I'm here, I'm here for there's obviously the therapies and things that I offer, and videos and meditations and things. There's lots of free things on my YouTube channel, but I'm also here for personal guidance, one-to-one sessions, things to help you clear, move on, perhaps explain things that you might not be sure about, or things that you're experiencing. How is this possible, or whatever. And I'm now also part of a forum of ladies that have come together with in the past few weeks during lockdown to share our therapist knowledge and support and help on a wider scale, and support each other in supporting our clients and people that need support and help at this time. So please like and subscribe, hit the little wiggly bell, share, pop me a little comment, pop me a message, drop me a line, or just take this advice here and know that you're in the right place. You're doing a great job. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching me to this point. I'll send you loads of love, and I'll see you next time. Huge love. Bye.